All right, this is the video. So let's go. Got my notes. Hello, everybody. This is Paul. I have a review for you today, courtesy of Tozo. Now, Tozo sent me their HT2 wireless headset. These are really interesting. They come in a variety of colors and they are inexpensive. Currently right now on Tozo's website, they are $49.99 and I have seen them as cheap as $39.99 on, say, places like Amazon. These headsets come packed with a lot of features that I think you'll be very interested in, and I have a very favorable review. So let's go ahead and talk about the HT2s from Tozo. All right, so let's talk about the HT2 from Tozo. Again, I like this blue. I got this blue. There's one of 7 colors. When you get the box, you're going to get a box that looks like this. It's going to have black headsets on the front of it, but on the side, you will see what color you're going to get. So don't fret if you see this and think, holy crap, they sent me a black headset when I wanted red. The different colors are actually really nice. I like the blue because it reminds me of my favorite college team, but it's nice and clean looking. That's another thing I like about these. Nothing super gaudy about these at all. The build quality actually works pretty well. I mean, I can bend these all around and, you know, do whatever. They fold up for travel really nice. They do not come with an included bag. So if you want to get a bag for these, I'm sure you could probably find some somewhere, but that's one of the, you know, negatives with this. They don't really come with a bag so that you can transport these, but these are easily foldable. You can put these in a backpack. You can put these in your purse and they'll take up, you know, very little space. Some of the specs with these, they come with 40mm drivers, the Origex drivers. I don't know if this is a proprietary thing with Tozo, but they do make a point to point that out on their website. Battery capacity is about 500 milliamp hour battery that gives you about 60 hours of time. They say it's listening time at 50% volume using the AAC at default setting. Using active noise cancellation, they're advertising a max of 40 hours. Input is 5 volts at half an amp. Transmission range for your Bluetooth is in excess of 10 meters. And they're calling the frequency response of 20 hertz to 44.1 kilohertz. So if you have a K9, they'll be able to hear that. You know, we won't, but okay. Charging port uses a USB-C port. And the impedance is 32 ohms. So if you have a standard phone, standard sound card, or you know, interface, then you'll be okay. It doesn't need an amp, which is nice. And they sound really good. Charge time is a max of 2 hours. Yep, you can definitely get these charged up and they will last you forever, really quick. You have call noise cancellation. It uses a 3 mic ENC calls noise cancellation. It does support high-res audio, and I believe that's only used in a 3.5mm. I don't believe the Bluetooth offers that because it doesn't sound like that. There is a difference between the two, which we'll talk about. There is 6 types of noise cancellation that you can use by using the little button here on the side, which I'll show you in a second, or using the app. It does come with an app that's compatible for Android and iOS devices that includes 16 EQ and DSP modes, which is really nice. Actually, you'll be really impressed with the app. The app's well laid out, it's clean, simple to use, and you know, it gives you a ton of different options for this. And again, you do get this 7 different color options, including this nice pretty blue. The weight is 255 grams, so it's not super weighty, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's super light and cheap. Okay, so it actually feels like a pretty nice standards headset that you would expect to buy and get and spend, you know, well over $100 for, to be honest with you. It does come with the included 3.5mm, you know, audio cable and the USB-C charging cable. Now let's talk about the layout. So you have your cup set fold, which are really nice. They have the L and R there to signify how you're supposed to put them on instead of having a, you know, the little, you know, small letters that are normal here. I actually like that a lot. On the right cup, you have all of your controls. So your first control here, this is the noise cancellation mode select. You have a sensor here for your microphone for noise cancellation and for calls. Then you have your USB-C charging port. Then you have your 3.5mm input for your cable. And then you have 2 multifunction buttons. You have the left or your up and down for your volume, and that also is used for your next and previous tracks. And then you have a multifunction on and off, which is the one that you're going to be using the most, and that does your on and off, which you press and hold for that. You have play and pause, you have your answer and reject calls, and you also have your voice assistant that works with your app. That's really it. That is all the buttons. You do have your sensors here for your microphone for your noise cancellation. You have 1, 2, and then number 3. So that's your 3 mic sensors right there. Nice labeling here that is chrome that you can see the reflection from the lights as it comes across. And again, you have these nice cushy, really cushy foams, which are really nice, and they feel really comfortable. I think you'll actually find that this headset is quite comfortable for your head. So, and again, you can see how clean and nice they are. Nice clean lines, enough maneuverability on the cups so that they'll fit a variety of heads, and they extend out quite nicely. So these headphones are actually really nice. I'll be honest. The price, $39.99 on some websites I've seen as low, for $39.99 on Amazon, $49.99 on the Tozo website. I don't know if you're going to find a headset that has this much functionality. Now, look, I'm not well versed in headsets or headphones when it comes to these type of headphones, but my son has a pair of Beats that he spent $200 for, and these come with a lot of the same features for a quarter the price. And I'm going to be honest with you, these sound just as good as his Beats do. I'm just being honest. You can control how you like them. I think, in the default setting, in my opinion, they're a little too much. They have a little too much bass, low end on them. But I don't like a ton of bass in my headphones. I like a cleaner sound. If you want to, control that, you have the EQ settings in your app that you can, drop off a little of that bass if you want. But overall, they still sound good. I think the highs are quite clear. The mid-range is good, and that's where the magic really is with these, is I think the mid-range actually sounds really good. So vocals are nice and clear. Your instruments, you can hear them clearly. They're well defined. I think the imaging is good. You have a pretty good sound stage with these where you can hear, you can pick out the different locations, and they sound fairly accurate. For, less than $50, you really can't ask for anything better than that. And I think just the different function, the functionality that it gets, the range that you get with Wi-Fi. I've walked from one side of my house to the other and left my phone on one side, walked to the other side with these on, and I get, all the way to the other end before I start losing range. So the 10-meter Bluetooth range is pretty accurate, and that's going through multiple rooms, multiple walls, all kinds of interference, and they still hold. Now, the Bluetooth sound quality to me is good, but you can tell the difference between the Bluetooth and using the wired 3.5 millimeter. You do get, if you'll notice, if you're really listening on something like Spotify, you will hear a little bit of a kind of a digital kind of, what I call a digitally sound or gargly sound from digital compression that you would, you may hear in Bluetooth. I don't notice it all the time. It may be, a product of the range of this too. If you're closer, it may sound better. The further away you get, you might hear some degradation. That may be the case, but I have noticed that in Bluetooth. But in 3.5 millimeter, you get nice and clear sound. Matter of fact, did an audio test to compare Spotify to uncompressed audio, and I was unable to pick out the difference for the most part using that test, listening to these headsets. If you're a general user, you're not an audiophile, you don't have expensive equipment, you're just listening to these on your mobile device using Spotify, Apple Music, I think most of you will be very happy with the audio quality of these. Now, if you're an audiophile and you have a very discerning ear, then you may be able to pick out some inconsistencies with these that most people wouldn't. But I think for 95% of us, these are going to be more than adequate. And I think you'll actually be very pleased when you compare these to something like a set of Beats or whatnot, because they're very similar in sound, but you're not paying that premium price tag, and you're getting you know, a lot of the same features, including the active noise canceling. The noise canceling on these actually works really well. Like I said, I mow my grass with these all the time using noise cancellation, and they cut out, I would say, 75% of the mower noise. And when my wife calls, she says that the quality of the audio is actually pretty good considering what it's doing to reject that audio noise from the mower itself. So they work pretty good. I'm very pleased with it. And, you know, if you have any questions about these, you know, you can drop a comment down below, let me know, and I'll try my best to answer these out. But thank you, Tozo, for sending these, because these are really good. And I think for $40, $50, depending on where you buy them, I think you'll be very pleased with what you buy. These are really nice bang for your buck headset that I would think are going to last you a long time. Build quality solid. And, you know, you could drop these. I think you'll be just fine. I just wish that there was a carry case, but that's just me. You know, but I'm sure you can go buy one somewhere that would work well with these headsets. You know, I've got plenty, to be honest with you, from other headsets I could use with these if I wanted to. But these are dailies for me. I use these in all kinds of applications, from mowing grass, walking around the house, cleaning, building PCs, doing whatever. And I've even used these to monitor my audio here on the content creation computer. Got any questions? Again, drop a comment down below. But other than that, thank you for watching again. And listen, if you are new to this channel, please support this. I am really close to getting to 100 subscribers. And look, I want to show you these nice, inexpensive options for something that's quality that'll get you going a long way in your, you know, whether you're using these for content creation, whether you're using these just for general listening, whatever. This is the type of stuff that I want to put on this channel. And I love doing guides too. So listen, if you want more content like this, hit a like, subscribe, and hit a bell for notification. You'll know when I have a video like this that goes live. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Have a great day. We'll see you later.